it's good to see you. This has been a very highly requested video, and there are so many videos out there on how to wash your brushes, and I see so many people, and this is not to bash anyone, but just as someone who has been doing this for so long, and I just see so many people that wash the foundation brushes and baby shampoo and roll with it. Foundation brushes harbor a lot of bacteria, and I just want to go over that really quickly. I'm not going to go through on all of how I wash my brushes. I just want to show you a couple things. My main thing is how I take care of my brushes afterward, and what I can do also to take care of, there's a difference in how I take care of my synthetic brushes and my fur brushes. My brushes range from $3 a piece to, you know, the MAC, Senna, and the, I don't know what the other brush brand is. I'll put it here somewhere, but they're not cheap. So I have found that I really, really love, if you want affordable brushes, I'm going to have some links down here. So, if you get the kit from the one brand, it really works out well. Some of my favorite brushes are from these three places. So anyway, I'm also going to have favorite brush videos coming up. So anyway, I don't want to make this a yap video. My main purpose is to show you quickly my ingredients on how I clean my brushes, not the actual motion of it, but what is so important. Just a moment ago, I put in this little disposable cup. These are brushes made of fur. One is the Deluxe, the big fan brush from Coastal Scents, as you see here. And boy, it just soaked it right up. You see, in the winter, sometimes your fur brushes will get a little dry. So what I do is I dip, these are brushes that I don't use cream, like foundation, so I wash them a little bit differently. So in that, you will see that I use a little bit of brush cleanser, as well as just like a pea-size amount of sweet almond oil. I used to use olive oil to get some of this stuff out, or to moisturize my brushes, and I found it, I was having a hard time getting it out. I've also found that this makes them a little bit softer, but I can't feel any oiliness on my skin. I just have like a love for sweet almond oil. I also have grapeseed oil that I use sometimes, but I don't pour it right from here just in case I don't want too much. I'll pour it in the cap first, and just like a pea-size amount, and your brushes are going to soak that right up, especially at this time of the year. I don't know if, especially with your eye brushes, guys, I don't know if you notice that your eyes feel a little bit more scratchy. So in between, your eye brushes are a little bit different. I'm going to do a separate video on eye brushes, but right now I'm just really concerned about foundation brushes, because whether you're just doing this at home for yourself or for your clients, you just want to make sure that you're not harboring any bacteria. And I've just had these brushes in here for a minute, and I mean, this is a large Coastal Scents foundation brush that I love to cover the entire face. And then I love to blend with a brush like this, which is the e.l.f. brush. Look at that, how this is foundation. And these are both very inexpensive brushes, but look how dirty this is, okay? Now, what I have in here is just a brush cleanser. I have the Coastal Scents brush cleanser in here. I also make my own, okay, because these are both synthetic. Some people will use oil also in their synthetic, but I don't find that necessary for my synthetic brushes. The one thing that I do is I will just keep going around like that. It looks like you're not doing anything, but you're really just loosening up that foundation that you've got in these brushes. And you just want to loosen it all up. And then at the end, again, I'm not going to show you guys how to do it. I've got a sink here, and it is, I'm a clean freak, you guys, and I'll snap a picture of this for you guys to show you. I've got gloves on because I have a manicure here. I'm going to do a review. It's like a gel nail with no UV light, so I want to be fair about, you know, not excessively putting my hands in water. So also, this is a good way to not dry out your hands, whether it be winter or summer. Is what I do. After I get done washing, I take a Lysol wipe and I just go like this around the handle of the brush and I lay it back down. I'll take my dirty brush, my gloves off, but just to make sure that they're also clean, because they also harbor bacteria if you're handling these brushes like that. So anything like this that's just kind of been sitting around and you think, oh, it's really got a little dust on it, that can just be baby shampooed if you've already deep cleansed that, or even like if you have a spray cleaner, whatever. These have not been used. I just think they're harboring probably a little dust on the top of them. And that's the main reason for the end of this video, because I want to show you also how I'm now drying my brushes, and it is also going to play a part in the organization of my brushes, because I am sick of my brushes collecting dust. So I hope that helps. Show you real quick. I still have so many more brushes to wash, but it's been a long time. My back is killing me. I still need to go through. I forgot to put my little brush guards on there on some of them, like on the stippling brushes. I like to use the brush guards. I don't find it necessarily so much on the synthetic brushes because they stay in place really well. But I bring them out here to... I bring the brushes out here to where my husband usually sits at this computer in the living room. That little tail you see right there is a letter holder that's kind of stuck behind there, and there's a calculator turned sideways. But I bring a towel out here to, you know, for any, and I have like some of the, like this is the MAC, I don't know, the 191. I used to know all the MAC brushes. Now I'm kind of like over them because I'm so into like less expensive brushes that are just as good. I have a few of my sponges in here. I've got a sponge up here. This is the Benjabel. I have one in white and one in black. And I'm going to show you what I use the one in black for in another video. But I can fit two, if they're small handled, I can fit 2 in one. And even if they're not, you can fit like another one. Now my eyeshadow brushes, I find, you see how I made like this little ramp here with the towel? So like these are not the most high-end brushes. So I mean my e.l.f. brush is like loose anyway. But I have them on a downward slope, so the water is not going to come back up into the ferrule. But the ones that I really do cherish, like some of these are a little bit more money and things, some are not. I just know that they're going to dry better this way. It's going to take a little bit longer, and I like to bring them in the living room for a reason. And I said this before, I said I wasn't going to tell you on video, but I learned on the doctors, and I can see, and this is a little TMI, I just clean everything every day. I do have a pantry on the left, and then I have this set of drawers on the right. So if you want to put your brushes, if that's your only spot, just put them in your pantry, or in something that's covered, like one of those deep drawers in one of those plastic containers you get from Walmart, and just take them out every morning. Because when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, that makes total sense. And my bathroom is really long, and I still don't even want my brushes to be out. And it's also a place of humidity. So they had a beauty segment on one of the doctor shows, and I just thought, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Although I hadn't been keeping them out anyway, but it does make perfect sense. So anyway, I hope you guys like this setup. This here, I'll put the link below where you can find this. Underneath is, like, when you get it, there are 2 pieces.